Greetings and salutations, how's everybody doing? So we're about to talk about episodes of Doctor Who. In this case, looking at a bit more of the classic era. In this case, the very first episode, to feature Tom Baker as the Fourth Doctor.
Well, Doctor, what are we dealing with? Invasion from outer space, again?
Why should some alien life form invade Earth just to steal a new weapon? If they were that advanced, they'd have weapons of their own.
And yeah, this was, I'm gonna be honest and say, I'm a bit excited to go back and look at some of these episodes.
Turns into a miniature sonic lance, you see?
And what do you propose to do with that?
Cut out the lock for you. It shouldn't take long.
But before I get into talking about, say, what I thought about this entire episode, this serial, I have a question for you. We are? For you. And what happened in this serial? Well, in this serial, the director of an English research institute plots to use an experimental robot to steal nuclear launch codes and blackmail the world's governments with them.
Of this robot, we shall seek out and destroy all those who try to harm us.
Seek out and destroy.
One thing that I can say this is if you did not know, in the previous serial, which was Planet of the Spiders, I used to actually have the novelization of this. It's hidden under all of these. Are you under there? Spiders, you under there? No, you're not there. You're not there. Dang you, VHS tapes! Why must you keep me from looking back at the past? So, say this would be the first episode with the character, with the Tom Baker as the Doctor, and I think he does a wonderful job when it comes to, introducing his interpretation as the character.
Not to speak of pulmonary embolus. Yes, I should.
Mother, Mother, I feel sick. Send for the doctor. Quick. Mother, dear, shall I die? Yes, my darling, by and by. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And, whether it's, him, his banter with other characters.
Well, how about this?
Much better, Doctor. Now, if you've quite finished with your wardrobe...
I'll try again if you like.
No, let's settle for that, please. Now,
He does a great job. And at the same time, I'll be honest and say, they do a good job, okay, yes. Let's make this character a bit of a goof. But at the same time, he knows when to be serious and such. And we also have the beginning of the companion of Harry Sullivan, played by Ian Marter, and all that. And one thing I'll be honest and say, at first when I heard the title of this called Robots, at first the idea of okay, maybe this will be how a Dalek or a Cyberman or something like that. But when it ended up being is, just a robot that is created, and then suddenly all the researchers are trying to say, no, we control this guy, and all that. And I do like the idea that the robot, he in a way has a bit of a conscience, he has free will, yet at the same time he has a programming in which he should not go up against.
Must obey. I cannot obey. I must
Terminate. Another of your little jokes? A practical demonstration.
And all that. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that, he, is a bit wondering, okay, maybe I don't want to go against program, but I don't want to hurt others, and all that. And yeah, like say the folks that are in charge of him, it's like like they're trying to say, no, we shall rule all over. We shall be the ones that have a keep the our sense of place in the world and all that. Um, yeah, I kind of like the design for the robot. I kind of it has that very much classic science fiction, like since this one was like one from the 70s. I kind of like it. Um, there are some things where I just feel like say, okay, this is kind of fun in that one thing that ends up happening is like say when like the robot is just lumbering around, almost like say it has a very Frankenstein movement to it, and I'll be honest and say like one effect where I thought, okay, this is kind of cool, isn't that that in that um Sarah Jane Smith, she is the companion for this episode, and one thing that's happening is she has a bit of a friendship with the robot to try and like say, hey, like it's okay, I'm going to understand your perspective on things, and eventually, like, what ends up happening, which is weird, is in that the robot grows rather larger, after someone shoots a ray at him. And it goes so big. And I'll be honest and say, like, yes, from 1974, the effect for it kind of holds up. It really does. I mean, even though you have the bit of perspective of like say when it's rocking around and holding Sarah Jane and all that, it looks really good. It's not too like say, oh, this is too cheesy, but it works for what they are trying to do for especially for this era. So yeah, I thought this one was a very entertaining episode. I thought that like this as this introduction for the Fourth Doctor. Like I think this also the beginning with the classic "Would you like a jelly baby?"
Would you like a jelly, baby?
Little trip. What, in that old police box?
Yes, as a matter of fact, in that old police box.
Which, if you don't know, are just jelly beans, but like it's different names and such. But yeah, but this one was overall not too bad. That's just how I feel about it. Do you remember this one? Have you seen it? What is the first like short you saw when it came to Tom Baker as the Doctor? I'll see you next time.